Trades. So the NBA trade deadline is over. Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Talk Raptors. I'm your host Sham, my channel where you get reviews, analysis, predictions, and hot takes on all things Raptors as well as some NBA. So we all know today was 3 p.m. Eastern time, the trade deadline for the NBA, and a lot of things happened. And not much happened for the Raptors. I'm not surprised because every trade deadline we expect Masai Ujiri to make a big splash, and he just holds the cards tight. And a lot of Raptors fans are probably very worried, and a lot of teams did some moves that weren't that great. So without further ado, let's talk NBA trade deadline as well as the Raptors trade deadline. So let's get to the Raptors first. Basically what happened is Masai traded Goran Dragic, which was a useless player for us, and a heavy salary, I think about $18 million, for Drew Eubanks and Thaddeus Young. And the Raptors sent Goran Dragic and a lottery protected first rounder. Now, Raptors fans are thinking, hey, what the hell? We could get a lot more for Goran Dragic. Why the hell did we give away a first rounder? Now, there are things that are etiquette that are involved in this deal that need to be said. So we got Eubanks and we waived his ass 5 minutes after that. That freed up almost $4 million for us to go into the buyout market. Second thing is Thaddeus Young, $14 million player instead of the $18 million that we were paying Goran Dragic. So if we didn't unload him, we would have been screwed for another $18 million for a player who's just not going to be there. At least Thaddeus Young will be there. He is a defensive player. He's tall. He's a power forward in a sense, and he's good at getting to the bucket. Gives us a veteran presence to come off of the bench. And he can also be a buyout candidate because he will be a free agent coming up, unrestricted free agent coming up at the end of the 2022 season. So even if we can't buy him out or, we can't get rid of him now, he's going to be off of our books. We're going to have $18 million to play with in the next coming off season. So it's a very good move for the future for the Raptors because the Raptors have some ability to maneuver because now they can actually keep Chris Boucher because they've freed up $18 million. They're not going to pay Chris Boucher $18 million, but they're going to pay him at least 10. And then you still got $8 million to play around with. So that was a good move for the Raptors. They also got a serviceable player out of it. Yes, I think they could have went for somebody else, maybe got draft compensation in addition to just one second rounder. And that's where there's a lot of confusion, Raptor fans, which is that why the hell did we give up our first rounder? Now, the way lottery protected picks work is if the Raptors end up in the lottery this year, we get to keep our pick. If we end up in the lottery next year, we get to keep our pick. And then if we don't end up, it goes to the San Antonio Spurs. So what we got in exchange for that pick was salary room and a guaranteed second rounder, early second rounder actually, because San Antonio sucks, and still a chance in case we have the remainder of the season goes bad for us to end up in the lottery and still keep our pick. Same thing for next year. If next year goes bad and we end up in the top 13, we still get to keep our pick. You get a chance. That's better than giving away a guaranteed second rounder or a guaranteed, first rounder that wasn't protected. So the Raptor fans, Masai Ujiri made a good move, man. He got a salary cap. He got us a chance at keeping our pick for the next 2 years in exchange for a pick that is guaranteed early second round pick. And with the Raptors recruiting team and scouting teams, I think we're going to draft somebody really good. And in exchange, we also got a serviceable player who is going to at least give us something coming off of the bench. Yes, we have enough of these tall players who can't shoot too much, but Thaddeus Young is a good player. He can get to the bucket if he can't shoot. He can create his own shot, and he plays good defense, so that gives us that ability. So I think the Raptors could have done a little bit well because there was this one under the radar trade where the Indiana Pacers sent Torrey Craig to the Phoenix Suns for Jalen Smith and a second rounder. I think the Raptors could have maneuvered that, not with Goran Dragic, but with another player like Yuta Watanabe, possibly, maybe put in Malachi Flynn there somewhere, or, you get rid of Svi Mihailuk, even though that would be a higher salary than Jalen Smith. But the Raptors could have maneuvered that somewhere. Or you can just trade Thaddeus Young to the Phoenix Suns because they're looking for a tall guy who can defend, who can do everything that Tony Craig does, or Torrey Craig can do. And get in exchange a center like Jalen Smith with a second rounder as well. That was a trade the Raptors could have made with a 3-team deal. But overall, I think the Raptors did pretty okay at the trade deadline. I was expecting possibly Malachi Flynn to be moved. Maybe more news will come out later on. But up until this point, that hasn't happened. Same thing with Chris Boucher, but we cleared up room to keep this guy, and he's been playing damn good. So why get rid of him if she can clear the room to get him? And it gives us a chance to go in the buyout market, possibly, to get something out of it. So pretty good, not great, not splashy, but serviceable to help us in the future, as well as give us some leeway to be able to make moves either in the buyout market or on the off season. Now let's get to the major news. So the first big trade that came out was the 4-team trade. Now I'm going to rate these into who won and what the hell was this team thinking if it was a bad trade. So the first one is Detroit Pistons get Marvin Bagley. Bucks get Serge Ibaka and 2 second rounders. Kings get Dante DiVincenzo or something, Josh Jackson and Trey Lyles. And Clippers get Ojale and Rodney Hood. And honestly, I think the Kings won this trade. I don't know what the hell the Bucks were thinking in getting rid of DiVincenzo, because he was an integral part of playing off of the ball from Giannis. He was also, a serviceable player off of the bench. You got Serge Ibaka from it, but you got enough tall bodies already, man. You got Giannis Antetokounmpo. You got Brook Lopez possibly coming back. You got Chris Middleton, who's pretty tall. You got Bobby Portis playing out of his mind. So you don't necessarily need Serge Ibaka, who's injury prone since he's left the Raptors. So I think giving up DiVincenzo for Serge Ibaka was worth it. Yes, they got 2 second rounders out of it, and they can do something with them in the draft. But come on, man, I wouldn't have done that. Clippers really didn't get anything out of it. I think they were just a filler team in there. Ojale and Hood don't really give the Clippers anything, and they probably won't be playing, especially with the moves that the Clippers made, getting Norman Powell and Robert Covington. Detroit got Marvin Bagley. Now that is a mixed bag because he's been injury prone. He hasn't really played in Sacramento because Luke Walton doesn't like him. His dad keeps tweeting shit about people, and the kid just hasn't gotten the chance. Now, is Detroit a place where you want to get a chance? Hell no. But it seems like Detroit is trying to go younger. I wouldn't have traded Josh Jackson, man. Especially, he's been really good for them. He's consistent off of the bench, and he's doing well. But I think out of all of this, Kings won that trade because they got younger. They got more athletic, small forwards as well as people for their bench. And they got rid of their problem with Marvin Bagley. So Kings won this trade straight up. I don't know what the hell Bucks were thinking. And Detroit, I don't know, man. That's not a place where a young kid like Marvin Bagley should go just after dealing with Kings. It's no better than fucking staying in Sacramento. But that's it. The second major trade was Dallas getting rid of Porzingis for Dinwiddie and is it something Bartans? I don't remember his first fucking name. And getting rid of a second rounder with Porzingis for these two guys. Who won that trade? I don't know. I'm just kidding. Wizards won that trade. First of all, they got Porzingis out of it, right? They got rid of Bartans, who wasn't doing well ever since he got that big contract with them. And they got rid of Spencer Dinwiddie, who wasn't getting along with Bradley Beal. So they got rid of two of their problems, who were big salary caps. And I think Dinwiddie is going to be a free agent this year. No. Yeah, I think he's going to be a free agent. So they got rid of Dallas is going to be, Wizards are able to get rid of them for a good player who can work with Bradley Beal and Kristaps Porzingis. But it doesn't solve the Wizards' issues of defense because Porzingis doesn't play that much defense either. But they did get a second rounder out of it, which is good. But for Dallas, getting Dinwiddie with Luka, I don't know, man. You already have, what was his name? The little guy. I can't come up. I don't remember his name. But what was his name? Damn it. I can't remember. Anyways, they have a little guard who's really good. And, why would you trade for another small, medium-sized guard who's, again, been injury-prone, who's shown that he can't play with other guards as much, and he's going to be likely a free agent this offseason. And then you got Bartans out of it. Bartans doesn't give you shit. His defense is crap. His three-point shooting has gone down the drain. So why would you get rid of Kristaps Porzingis, who is finally getting along with Luka? Yes, I get it's kind of a salary dump for you to be able to sign somebody in the off season, but you guys are possibly making it the playoff this year. Why the hell would you trade them now? Why not wait until the off season? So, and then we get to the biggest trade of them all, which is Brooklyn Nets trade Paul Millsap and James Harden to the Philadelphia 76ers for Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and 2 first rounders. What the hell just happened? Okay, so this trade is clearly Brooklyn won this damn trade. Because what the hell was Philadelphia? I guess they were stuck in that situation where Ben Simmons didn't want to play. But Brooklyn, what the hell were you thinking, bro? Philadelphia, what the hell were you thinking, man? You got rid of your shooting, which was Seth Curry, who was your best shooter on your team, for James Harden, who has been overweight, who hasn't really put his effort into this playing this year, who has already asked for out from Houston, who's now asked for out from Brooklyn, who seems like a guy who's just ring chasing and going to the team that he thinks he's going to be able to win and forcing his way out from the organization he's working for. And you get rid of Andre Drummond and you get rid of Ben Simmons. And Brooklyn and 2 first rounders. I would get if they didn't give away the 2 first rounders, but they gave away 2 first rounders. Yeah, what are you, nuts, man? For James Harden, who does not look like James Harden, yes, he can play with Joel Embiid, but come on, man. And the thing is, this trade is won by Brooklyn because Brooklyn solved all their problems from one trade. They got some size in the front court with Andre Drummond and Ben Simmons. If they play him as a power forward, they were able to solve their problem of Kyrie Irving because they were able to bring in another shooter to help Kevin Durant. So now they got Seth Curry, Joe Harris, and Kevin Durant when Joe does come back. And now they have rebounding. Now they have presence in the post with Andre Drummond and Ben Simmons. So the team to beat now is definitely, even without Kyrie Irving, just because Kevin Durant is such a great player, is the Brooklyn Nets. And Philadelphia, they have no idea how James Harden is going to play. His 3-point shooting sucks this year. His 2-point, his getting to the rim, his free throws are completely down because the rules changed. They think that with, putting him with Joel Embiid, who's playing like a monster, no doubt. I don't like him, but he's playing like a monster, is going to solve their problems. No, you just got rid of your shooting, man. And you got rid of the backup to your injury-prone center in the guy who was a rebounding machine in Andre Drummond. And you gave away draft capital. You're literally going all in this year, and it's not going to work because you did it with a team who's in your Eastern Conference rival. I would understand if you did this to a Western Conference team, but they did it to an Eastern Conference team. So you made Brooklyn better than you, and you gave away your future. So I have no idea what the hell Philadelphia was thinking. They could have waited until the end of the year to get rid of Ben Simmons and even if they wanted to get rid of him now and just trade him for Harden and stuff, not include Seth Curry in there, then that would have made sense. But you gave away a lot of things for just James Harden. You bet a lot on him. You need three pieces. Tobias Harris isn't that good. You needed that Seth Curry player, man. You need that 3-point threat who's consistently a threat. You can't leave that kid open, and now Brooklyn has him. So I don't know what the hell Philadelphia was thinking. They were stuck in the spot, so was Brooklyn, because James Harden was wanting out. But Daryl Morey decided to go for his guy and gave away everything. And honestly, that trade is completely stupid, in my opinion, as to what Philadelphia did. So that's pretty much all of the major trades that were made on the trade deadline. Now, there might be some other trades that are coming in with new news, possibly, but these are going to shake it up. And now I honestly think Brooklyn has a damn good chance, even with Kyrie Irving out, to win the whole thing. Bucks didn't get too good. Serge Ibaka has been injury prone. He's doing the same thing that Bobby Portis is giving them. So not much of an upgrade there. The rest of the teams aren't even playoff contenders for us in the East, so it doesn't really make a difference. Celtics didn't make a move. They got Derek White, but they had to give up Josh Richardson, who was doing very, very well for them. And they got rid of, I think it's Bol and PJ Dozier or something like that. So not much there either. But Derek White does make Celtics a little bit better. But how many guards do they need? They got Smart. They got freaking Jaylen Brown. They got, I don't know who else was in them. But now Derek White. How many people are you going to put on there? Like, come on, man. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you guys for this trade deadline saga video. The Raptors did pretty good. I would have liked them to do a little bit more, maybe get a guard out of it. But hey, the buyout market is available, right? So let's see what we do next. We have set ourselves up pretty good for the upcoming draft as well as for the draft next year. And we got some salary cap out of it. So I think out of all the teams, especially against Philadelphia, we look like freaking kings, bro. So that's all I have for you guys for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. Today is the game against Houston Rockets, which we should win. And I will see you guys for the reaction video for that. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. Oh yeah, and please hit that like and subscribe button.